All right, this is Colin Nathan Leem, T. Leem of the B.O.S.S Network, and welcome to our new agent training where we go over Sold by David Greene. So this is our third week. We had two sessions before this. So we got to take the first one, take the second one, and this is the third one. So before we jump in to the book, Gerard, you are up and running now on all cylinders. We got the MLS and we got GPAR, right?
No, I just got the MLS.
You got the
I'm
MLS. Okay. So the
I'm
next
waiting for
one,
the G-Part.
is GPAR.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Okay. So you said that there was, so what questions did you have? I know you had some questions on the
Okay.
text.
So now I got the MLS. I was playing with it in between work, my full-time job, and I was taking some trainings as well. And I have another training after this. But my question is now that I got the MLS, I can search properties. Can I go to open houses now and show these houses? And if so, what is the process? Do I reach out to those actual listed agents that's indicated on those properties?
Okay. Great question. All right. So now you'll have something called showing time. And if you go in the MLS
Mm-hmm.
um, and you go to search,
Mm-hmm.
which is the first tab, and you go down,
Mm-hmm.
there's something called showing time.
Okay.
So you want to go there. Showing time is an app. Now, I'm not sure what they require from you because they may require your NAR number in order
Mm.
to get in there.
Okay.
But showing time is an app that's for scheduling showings. So
Okay.
what happened? Well, what happened is, for example, I got a house on Parker Avenue, 227 Parker Avenue in Upper Darby.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted to see that property, you would go there, and what happens is the real estate agent, they either put that the house is go and show. Go and show means that it's probably vacant and you can get an immediate access to the property. So you go in there, hit the button for go and show, it's immediately going to give you the access code or the combination number.
Okay.
That's one category. The other one, which is probably more prevalent, is appointment required. What
Okay.
happens there is that you said, okay, today is what, Wednesday. I want to see this property on Friday at 10 o'clock. What
Mm-hmm.
happen is you make that request on the app, which
Mm-hmm.
you can access through your desktop, or it's actually an app that's on your phone. And that request is going to go to the agent. And
Okay.
what's going to happen is that agent, either he's going to make the decision or more than likely he's going to reach out to the seller and be like, hey, this person wants to see your property at on Friday. Let me make sure this isn't the sister trying to get in. Can you share? I just shared the link. One second. I just shared the link with them and asked if we can share the link. Second. Maybe they didn't get it. Because I would for like for them to hear this too. But in any case, for the one where you have to schedule it, then what's going to happen is that seller is going to reach out, or that seller's agent is going to reach out to the seller and say, hey, this person wants to see your property at Friday at 10 o'clock. If they say yeah, then they'll click yeah. If they say no, then they'll turn it down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Salam alaikum, Sister Fatima.
Walaikum salam.
Okay, so Gerard was just asking about, okay, now he's in the MLS as you are, and he's like, okay, what happens when I want to show a property? And he asked about open houses. So I was letting him know that what happens is that when you're in the MLS, if you go to the search tab, you go all the way down. Second to last is called showing time, and you can go in there. It's an app, and you can access that app. That's a link to go to the website directly, or you can download it. You should do both, of course. So what happened is when somebody gets a listing, they'll put their listing in the MLS. The MLS feeds this app called Showing Time because Showing Time is a scheduling app. So when you pull a house up, it may be go and show. Go and show means you get immediate access. That means go and show, literally. Like you can be standing in front of the property, and if it says go and show, you can hit the go. You can hit the scheduler for that, and it's going to give you access right then and there. Okay, that's a small piece of the properties out there. Most of the properties are on appointment required. So what happens there is that you go into showing time and you say, "Hey, I want to see this property at 5 o'clock on Friday at 3 o'clock." Then what's going to happen is that's going to go to the seller's agent. Go to the seller's agent, and the seller's agent is either going to make the decision or he's going to say, "Hey, this person wants to see this property on Friday at 5 o'clock. Do you accept?" If they say yeah, then they'll go in the app and they'll press OK. Now that may happen. There's no time frame on it. So, for example, if you went in today and made an appointment on Friday, it's a person that has to see it. If it's appointment required, it's a person on the other end that has to see it and press OK or no. Why am I saying that? It's because sometimes you may have to call agents and be like, "Hey, Khalid, I scheduled to see 227 Parker Avenue on Friday at 3. Can you go in or what's up with it?" And then that they may jog their memory because remember, you're dealing with somebody on the other line, not on the other line, on the other side of the transaction. They may be a dual agent person too, and it may suck. So you may have to handhold as far as what they're doing. So just be cognizant of that. That's part of the in this business. Part of the problem is dealing with other agents. Okay, that's probably half of your problems is dealing with other agents. Some are good, but some are terrible, absolutely terrible. So when they get back to you and say, "Okay, you can see it," then that app is going to give you the code. Okay, it's going to give you the lockbox code. Number one. Number two is some of these places might have alarms on them. So in there, you'll see where it says alarm too. So when you guys can, make sure you take a class on showing time. I'm sure it's in there somewhere on the MLS site. But to answer your question, that's what you would do. So now that you have access to the MLS, what you could do is any property out there, you can go on there, click it, and it will give you access to it just based on that. So the other one is instructions required or instructions only or instructions something. What that means is that there's something special to this. This is like a puzzle. Okay. So now when it says instructions, most of the time, if you go into the listing in the notes, it will tell you what those instructions are. That's the way it's supposed to be. Okay. It's supposed to be when you see instructions only or instructions something, you go into the listing and you have the description and then you have the special agent notes. When you go inside the special agent notes, that's supposed to correspond to that, like, "Hey, go see this." And it may be that you have to call somebody. It may be a special note. Or it could be that they're not ready to show the property yet. It could be a billion and one different reasons for this instructions only. Usually it's there so you can read something for the agent special notes. But sometimes people just put it there as a placeholder. So just be kind of ready for anything basically when it says instructions only. Okay. Um, as far as open houses go, I mean, if you wasn't a real estate agent, you can go to open houses. Um, as a real estate agent, okay, I probably wouldn't be going to open houses in particular because if I want to see this property, I can just go by myself. Like if I want to preview the property, that's what it's called if you don't have a buyer. If you don't have a buyer, it's called previewing the property. So if I see a house just went up on my street and I want to go look at the property, okay, I'm previewing it. Now there's nowhere in there that says previewing property, okay? But you're just going in. You're going in there like you have an agent, I mean a buyer, but you're previewing the property. And that's what you could do with places that you want to farm. Farming means that you're planting seeds in an area. For example, I'm in Cobbs Creek. So, okay, I want to be Mr. Cobbs Creek. So, I want to farm Cobbs Creek. So, I might start sending out letters to Cobbs Creek. I may start door knocking in Cobbs Creek. I may start Facebook ad campaign to Cobbs Creek. Okay. So, that's what farming an area means is, man, you're picking up area and you're sending out different marketing to that area. Okay. But you can see open houses on the MLS also. And you can go to the open houses, but like I said, you're a real estate agent now, so you can go see it by yourself versus going to somebody open house. Does that make sense?
Definitely. So you definitely need that. Go and search on that Showing Time app. Like all realtors have that Showing Time app. So that's like,
Correct. All of the agents have the showing time app. So um
okay,
the information feeds from the MLS.
okay,
All right.
all right.
Any more questions, Gerard?
No, that was it.
All right. Sister Fatima, any questions?
So the showing time app, I've actually see like three, and I'm not finding it from the right. So I don't know which one is it. Could you
You're
like
seeing
send me a screenshot
you're
of the showing time app?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay,
I'll send it to you. I'll screenshot it to you guys.
thank you.
And it's the showing time with the dot and like clock on it. That's what it looked like. So but I'll send it to you. Anything else?
That's it.
All right, cool. All right. Well, if y'all don't have any questions, you guys, both of you guys are in the MLS. Um, Gerard's going to get part of the get his NAR situation here soon. Then he'll be full go. So you guys are ready to rock and roll. So I mean, the most important thing now is contacting individuals and letting them know that you're in real estate. Um, One way that you can do that is anybody that's in your phone book or in your phone. Anybody that's in your contacts, calling them up. Hey, this is Khaled. If you talk to them, okay, y'all probably left talking about something else, but talk to them, short talk. Hey, listen, I'm excited as heck, man. Just got my real estate license, man. Who do you know is looking to buy a home right now? And then be quiet. And then let them say, oh, I don't know, blah, 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 blah. But you're not, and I think I had mentioned this last time. So if I did, have patience with me. But what you're doing is you're not putting it directly at them so they feel pressured, okay? But you're putting it on somebody else. Hey, who do you know? So that kind of it's like a catch-all because if they are looking to buy a home, then they'll be like, "Oh, well, I'm looking to buy a home," and then you can yada 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 talk to them about it. But try to see who else that they know who's looking to buy a home. Chapter 3. Hope you guys got through chapter 3, and I'm going to share my screen with y'all so we can get into that.
I'm sorry, I do have a question.
Sure.
So for the real, do you have a website? Like I know it was a section there you can create a website. Do you have a website on there, you personally?
I do. I
Okay.
do.
All right.
If you go to, I'll show you because you got your website up. Your Rezan, right?
I have that app or whatever. I think it's an app,
Have you
right?
looked
Yeah.
at the desktop?
Yeah, I have that. Mhm.
Okay. Let me pull it up and show you where it's at. The website, or you know where it's at.
Yeah, I know where it's at once you get into
Okay. All right. Within now, I'm not gonna show you that. I mean, because you already know. Not that I'm not gonna show you, but you already know. So this week was the third chapter. Okay, and the first thing they talked about is time blocking, and that's something that's super important for you guys since you are a dual career. Time blocking, maybe using Google Calendar because 8 hours of your day is already blocked off for you. Okay. So, all right, you blocking that off. Now I need the time for my business. And the number one thing that you need to be doing right now is lead generation. That's the number one thing, meaning what? Meaning talking to people. talking to people, talking to people, talking to people. And it's like, okay, what am I saying once I talk to people? Wait, I just want to be a natural conversation. But at the end of the day, who do you know that's looking to buy a home? That's where you're trying to get to. That's the conversation. Who do you know? Who do you know that's trying to buy a home? Um, and you can also do rentals. I don't want to shy y'all away from rentals. Okay, you guys are new in the business. You want to get some tracking. Rentals is the way to go. Now, rentals will have you, and I don't want to say this in a negative way, because it is money. It's definitely money. You're just it's a lot of work. And the money once you start doing buying and selling is different money. There's definitely different money. But I don't want to steer y'all away from it. You can do rentals. I don't do rentals, so I'm not the best person to kind of mentor you on that because I don't do rentals. But there are people that do rentals, people that's killing rentals. And that's the thing about this business is everything works. Everything works. So, but in any case, getting back to sold, time blocking. So you want to make time blocking. You want to make sure the lead generation is the number one thing. The number one thing that you're doing day in and day out is lead generation. And that's talking to people about real estate. That's it. Talking to people about real estate. Also, education. You guys are new. So education is going to be key for you guys. So you can get over that first agent hump. So you definitely want education and training. Education and training probably go hand in hand, probably interchangeable here for you guys. um but you want to go show you something here. Real Academy is going to be your best friend. Okay, so you should be, I mean, of course you're going to have, you got to work, you got family, you got to eat, you got to sleep, but you definitely want to make sure that you're getting into real real academy. You also want to make sure that you're getting into the seller's toolbox toolkit and the buyer's toolkit, which is super important for you guys because it's going to give you a script on what to say when you do a buyer consultation or a seller's consultation. A consultation is when somebody has said, "Okay, I want to buy a home." Yeah, sister, I want to buy a home. Okay, what's next? Okay, what's next? A lot of times is a consultation. Okay, and a consultation is for you to kind of find out about the person. Let me put this in real fast. For you to find out about the person, about what their goals are, and you're really explaining what the process is. Okay. Now it's like, oh, well, I need to learn what the process is. Yeah. And you'll learn more of the process once you go through them. But the buyer consultation, and there's a couple of ways that you can do it. Okay. I do them online. Okay. You can do it in person also. See, once two is real listing kit. That's for somebody who says that they want to buy their sell their home, and the buyer's toolkit. Okay. You really might probably want to concentrate on the buyer's toolkit right now. And that toolkit is going to give you that toolkit is going to give you a PDF. Did I pause?
You did.
Okay. Yeah.
I can
Can
hear
y'all
you,
still
but
hear
the
me?
screen is paused.
Let me turn this off because maybe this is what's
Okay,
working now.
it's working now.
Okay. Let me get out of that. Okay. So when I get into too much bandwidth, you just want to get into it. You want to get into the real um, seller toolkit and the real buyer toolkit. So you want to block out education training. You also want to block out appointments. You also want to block out putting information into your CRM, and that goes to the next one, the database. Okay, you want to find the CRM. The CRM that Real provides at a discount is Lofty. Okay, um, if it was me, I would get Lofty. Okay, now Lofty is $40 a month. Okay, to me, it's well worth it, and it's a very robust CRM, so there is a learning curve. Okay, if you don't want to do that, you can always use a Google sheet, but a CRM is a customer relationship manager, and it's a way to keep track of the people that you talk to, because once you talk to somebody, you're going to forget what y'all talked about. So with this CRM, uh you'll know, okay, I got to call Chris back next week. And there was one, I still can't find it, that was super duper cheap. Um, but you can go and research CRMs, real estate CRMs. But if you don't want to do none of that, you can use a spreadsheet, and you can put all of your contacts on that spreadsheet. And then once you put all your contacts on that spreadsheet, just go and call them and see what they say. Because some people are going to say, call me back in January. Some people are going to say, call me back in the summer. Some people are going to say, call me back, you know what I mean, next week. I'm at work. All types of things. But you want to be able to record that somewhere. All right. Um, so that's database. Social media. So I'm not sure how much social media you guys are doing, but you want to be on social media. My personal advice is that you should have a profile on every social media platform, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, everywhere. You should have some type of profile, and it should all look the same. It should all look the same. It should have the same picture. It should have the same flow. Okay, because there is no difference between personal and business. There's no difference. So you definitely, at some point in time, should get a professional headshot. That definitely should be a must to get a professional headshot, because you want people to trust you and want you to know what you're doing. And presentation is everything. So you want to get on social media, and don't be a secret agent. You want to start putting things out there. You want to start putting homes out there and letting people know that you are open for business. Okay. What else? Lead generation. It's a contact sport. The lowest hanging fruit is family and friends, because, like they say, people do business with those they know and trust. And your family already know and trust you. Now, some of them not going to believe you. Some of them not going to believe that you can do what you're saying that you can do when you tell them that you're a real estate agent. Some going to ride with you. Some going to ride, but some, they probably already got a relationship with another real estate agent, man. You got to make sure, you got to convince them that you're the best one. And one of the ways to do that is by showing proof on social media. It's called social proof. But as far as lead generation, the first people that you're contacting is your family and friends. And then we'll move on from there. People that you haven't talked to in a long time. You call them, hey, what you into? You got a new job, or what? Ask them about their work. They're going to ask you about your work. And when they ask you about your work, then you can tell them real estate. Um, all right. So next is showings. We just talked about showings at length. You did use the MLS, learn how to show homes and preview homes, and make content. Should be content for social media. Okay. So preview homes. So when you go to homes, what I always do is, if I'm going to homes with a buyer or I'm previewing, I'm doing a 1 minute reel. Content, content, and I'm sending it out. 1 minute reel, content, and sending it out. Or if I can't do that, I'm taking a picture and I'm posting it. Remember, conversation. I want somebody to ask me, hey, where's that property at? Hey, what's that? Hey, I like that kitchen. Oh, that was a beautiful window. So you want people to make a comment so you can start a conversation with them. What else? Let me see. Training. We talked about training, but Real Academy. Man, anything that you want that has to deal with real estate is in Real Academy. The thing about it is, because it's there all the time, there's some people that don't take advantage of it. There's some people that don't take advantage of it because it's there. There's also masterminds. You want to do at least one mastermind a week. Real has about 5 or 6 masterminds a day. You want to do at least one mastermind a week. Now you want to do one training a day, but as far as masterminds, you want to do at least one a week. And I'm saying that because the training on Real Academy is on demand. So since it's on demand, you can do it whenever you want to do it. Next is podcast. You definitely want to make it. And uh, I'll be vulnerable for a hot minute, man. I'm hooked on them Country Wayne skits. I'm hooked on them things, man. I'm trying to get off of them so I can do more podcasts. But I mean, them things got me hooked. But I'm trying to wean myself off of it. I'm saying all that because there may be something that you're looking at that's really not. It's just entertainment. Turn entertainment off and start listen to podcasts. And it's like whenever I leave and I come back to podcasts, I'm like, man, I should be doing this from the beginning because people are just giving out gems free. They're giving out free gems on what to do in other markets that you can take and then flip it and then you can use it in your market. So you definitely want to listen to podcasts. And if you're looking for a daily contact rate, like okay, how many people should I really be contacting a day? It's 20. You should be contacting 20 people, and that's a healthy contact rate, meaning what? That you've had 20 conversations with people with somebody who can buy or sell real estate. Okay. Not just talking to somebody, you talking to your little sister, and your little sister like 10, and you talking to her about real estate. No, that's not a contact. A contact is with somebody who has the ability to buy or sell real estate. Okay. So that's kind of all the guy talked about in chapter 3, David Greene. Did you have any questions about anything that he went over in the chapter, Gerard?
No, it's self-explanatory, honestly. And
Right.
I think the book is really good so far. I think anybody who want to get into real estate should read this book first, before even taking a class. Because yeah,
Okay.
I learned a lot so far.
Right. I mean, when I did that, when I read that, I was like, oh, I had the same idea. You know what I mean? I had the same idea. Sister Fatima, you dropped out. I'm gonna go back over this a little fast. Gerard, if you gotta drop off, that's fine. I'm just gonna go back over some of the things that she missed real fast, just so she gets it. Uh Sister, we talked about lead generation as far as it being a contact sport. So you definitely want to family, friends, you definitely want to reach out to them. You want to reach out to them because those are the people that know and trust you. So those are going to be your first low hanging fruit. I think you are on for social media. You should have a profile on every page, on every platform. Showings, we talked about showings, previewing homes, making content for social media. So this is what I do. Every time I'm in an appointment with a buyer, I'm either doing a minute reel or I'm taking pictures of the kitchen or bathroom and having people comment on them because the conversation is where you're going to get that's where sales come from, conversation. Training, Real Academy, you definitely want to use that. You should be in it. There's so many things out there. Um, it can get overwhelming. Just take off it bite by bite by bite, meaning what? Meaning that you should be doing one class a day. You should be squeezing in one class a day on something and one what is it called? Mastermind. One mastermind a week. Real has about 7 or 8 masterminds a week. So you definitely want to do that once a week. Podcasts. You definitely want to be listening to podcasts, and you can listen to this when you're driving places, putting on podcasts instead of putting on other things. But one of the podcasts that I really like is Real Estate Rockstar and also $1 Million Real Estate Agent. Those are two great podcasts. So at first it's going to sound foreign, but the more you listen to it, you'll get a hang of the lingo and um your learning curve will be shortened. Okay. If you listen to these podcasts, do the Real Academy, really immersing yourself into real estate, you'll start to pick up on different lingos and different terminology. If you're thinking to yourself, well, how many people should I contact a day? 20 is a healthy number. 20 talking to 20 people about real estate. 20 people who has the ability to buy a home or sell a home. All right. So if you're looking for some type of contact rate, well, how many people should I be talking to? 20 is a healthy number to talk to. All right. So Did you have any questions about anything that he went over in the book?
Um, First, what was you said real estate rockstar was one of the podcasts, and what was the other one?
Millionaire real estate agent.
Um, Let me just look at some notes. I don't think I had any questions about chapter uh 3.
Okay. Another one is the reverse selling podcast. That's probably my favorite one. The reverse selling podcast. I'm looking at it now. Um, and also another one that's good too is Tom Ferry. Tom Ferry podcast. Tom Ferry is good. The only thing about Tom Ferry is he's never sold a home in his life, but probably has the biggest coaching company in the real estate industry.
I've heard that
So
name
he
before, so that's it.
said it. Say it again.
I said I heard that name before, so it's funny that you said that.
Yeah, but and that
I
it
would
always
I would
kills
not have
me. Kills me.
yeah.
Never,
That's funny.
never sold a pot. Never sold a home in his life, man. But has the biggest coaching company out there, which is crazy. But inshallah. Anything else?
Um
All right,
mm,
sister. Well, y'all are ready to rock and roll. So, matter of fact, let me turn this off. I'll talk to you for a second. Let me stop this.
yeah, we're ready to rock and roll. I'm probably gonna start